let me say this, that it is, for me as an architect, it has been a supreme pleasure to work for Costa. They're a very innovative company. They see as I do that normally an architect has a client who pays them, and certainly Costa is that. But they look as their guests as the most important thing, and therefore I look at their guests as the real client and try to please them. The Costa management is very open and very good at transmitting to me what the feelings that they would like to evoke on board the ship for the guests are. And they also have the courage, let's say, to allow me to do that and then present the ship to them and then go on the way and build it. I like the ship very much, apart from the design and the materials, of course, which we've done, but I like the size of the ship, the fact that it's done for the experienced and higher level Costa customer, I think is reflected in the space that you see on board the ship. As a cruise ship, I think that the space that's on board, the overall feeling that evokes, is one of really of a higher standard than the cost of taking a cruise on it is. Second of all, it's a ship. It looks like a ship. It feels like a ship. We're sitting in this room now. You can look out these windows, see the sea go by, and I think that is extremely important in this industry. I think people who book a cruise make a either conscious or unconscious decision to actually step off the solid land that they're used to living on and go on to the sea, which the ship moves, and not only does it go forward, but it also pitches and rolls and so forth. And I think that to me gives me the feeling that people are ready to step into a different world when they come on board a ship. And I use that in my design work. I think of a ship basically as an urban experience, if you will. People have said, and it's been written years and years and years now since the big liners, that the ships are cities at sea. And in a certain way, that's really, really true, because first of all, the crew lives on board, and second of all, when you are a guest on board, you spend your time on board, and it's an enclosed environment, and you can't, except when the ship is port, go out the front door and go somewhere else. So I think it's very important to give to the guests on board a variety of designs so that it is not just one thing that they can see really and experience and feel in more or less one day. You'll notice on board ships that I design, and particularly on this ship, a wide variety of materials and design styles that are used throughout. And to me, that is an eclectic mix of designs which I think appeals to a very broad range of people, and certainly the guest list on a ship like this is a very broad group of people. First you have the difference between men and women, and then you have people from all different countries and all different kinds of personalities. And to me, the reflection of that is an eclectic design, which I try to do. So when I design each space, I start off, first of all, with a blank piece of paper. And I actually draw by hand, not a computer. And what I try to do is put myself into the eyes and feelings of the guests on board, rather than as an architect looking down on high on a space that needs to be designed. And then I begin really very artistically. I think like almost any artist would begin a design or creation of art. I begin just sketching, trying to give some sort of form to the ideas and feelings that have been expressed to me, and then I'm trying to interpret in architectonic terms. And then I begin this process and create lines which begin to give me forms, which begin the process of creating the design. I mean, in a room like this, for example, I'll start off on this corner and I'll say, well, the window wall is the most important, and begin creating the forms that are in a way mini sculptures. And then as this develops, I begin to put materials to it.